Officer Dan and Johnny Caps bringing all you R33 and R34 folks out there this fresh jam, the GKTECH Front Upper Camber arm install video. So let's get into it, shall we? Start by removing your wheel. Once gone, we'll need to get to the inner camber arm bolts, which will be easier if we remove the coilover, so let's tackle that. First, remove the top coilover nuts, then move on to the bottom coilover nut and washer. Now remove the entire thing. Now remove the upper camber arm outer bolt and nut and push the bolt through. Then remove the J-arm from the upper camber arm itself and remove the upper camber arm inner bolts as you can see here. Now wiggle that sucker out. Get your shiny new GKTECH upper camber arms out of the box and unwrap those bad boys. You notice these two bolts, as well as a full set of dust boots and accessories, but the arms themselves will come complete and assembled as shown here. Let's talk Heims and dust boots. Go ahead and thread off the locking nut and remove the inserts. Now these are PTFE lined, so you don't need to run the dust boots, but if you do, take care to make sure the bearing runs central and is not cocked from one side to the other, as this will cause bindage and breakage. Now install the dust boot as shown on the screen, thread the locking nut back on, and reassemble to the arm. The max safe adjustment when measuring from the end of the insert to the base of the camber arm as shown is 77.8 millimeters or 3.06 inches, meaning the total overall length is 219.9 millimeters or 8.65 inches. Just make sure both sides are adjusted evenly. If you want these to match OEM length, they're going to need to be 44.7 millimeters or 1.87 inches, or a total length of 191 millimeters or 7.51 inches. The minimum you can run these Johnnies at is going to be 45.6 millimeters, 1.79 inches, or 189 millimeters, 7.44 inches total length. In this particular case, we're going to wind them out to OEM measurements. Once that's set, tighten the locking nuts down on both sides, and these things are ready to go back in. Pop in the GKTECH upper camber arm as shown, install the inner bolts, and torque them to the specs shown on the screen. Now install the J-arm to the upper camber arm, then install the supplied outer bolt, washer, and nut. These should be torqued to the following settings. Now you don't want to adjust the arm too far outwards, otherwise the arm will make contact with the upper rails as the arrows show. Also, if you're running it super low, depending on the J-arm, you might need to grind off where the arrow is pointing for clearance. Now reinstall your coilover, washer, and nut, then torque to these specs right here. Lift the suspension up, line up the coilover bolts, and install the nuts on the top, torquing them down to these specs. Slap your wheel back on, then tighten and torque your lug nuts, and you now have adjustable camber in your large booty Skyline. That's it, we done. Subscribe to these two hooligans. They need your constant approval and love. Peace. We out.